What's your name and what is your job here at Bushwhack?
Name is Nate, like many others. Go by Big Nate. We're currently staging a fight that I'm going to succeed at.
There's three
There's
Nates.
three Nates. I'm going to come out victorious out of the octagon, and I will be deemed Nate. The other two can pick their names. But I go by Big Nate.
Fight over
Currently, I'm Big Nate, older Nate.
And these are some things.
These are some items that I prize on my trip. I'm a guide here. These are some items I prize.
And how long have you been doing
field? I think it was 2014 was my first year as a packer. So
11 years.
11 years. Yeah.
You've been on a couple hunts.
Yep. So I'll get into it. Oh, Tim was excited about my can of sardines. I like to eat healthy. Sardines are kind of a nice little treat out there. Some clean food to have.
Are you going just straight sardine, or are you doing a pilot bread cracker?
Straight sardines.
Just straight sardines.
Straight sardines. Yep.
You're a man's
like to
man.
make. I showed Jonah here. I like to make a little willow or alder fork.
There you go. Not even a plastic spoon.
No, that's too highfalutin for me. Okay.
Like that.
Water bottle here. Just a cheap Nalgene.
Why does everybody use a Nalgene instead of a water bladder or like a Camelback type thing?
I don't know. Good question.
Durability, cheapness.
Yeah, easy to fill up probably. We don't have to haul water much.
Yeah.
So you can just scoop it up kind of everywhere you go. Nobody really worries about contaminated water, so we scoop it up in the creeks and lakes and stuff, so it's easy to do rather than haul around a gallon in your backpack or whatever. But I put these little things of tape on there, some electrical tape over my gun barrel to keep things out of my gun barrel, and then just whatever you need to tape a little cut or rip in the tent or rip in whatever. Yeah, if you can't duck it, whatever.
Fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank. Another item here. This is a teepee, little shelter. Here's the pole for it, so you can, if you got trees around or something, you can cut a little tree. But I always bring the pole as well. So this is just one center pole, and it's just a square shaped pyramid, and so got some stakes in here. That's a nice little glassing shelter or kind of emergency shelter in case you get stuck out on the stock or something.
Versus the two
I do, yep.
Trekking poles.
Yep, I don't bring two trekking poles. I always just carry my rifle and kind of use that as a walking stick, and then I bring one trekking pole. If we get something down, got a heavy load, I'll use that and the rifle.
Awesome.
So there's that. Here's one some guys might not think of. Got to sleep good at night, so you might get some heavy snorers in the tent.
It's a great point.
So, yep. If you're not sleeping good, or if it's super windy, the tent slapping you in the face, and just put these in and go to sleep. Might not wake up to your alarm, but at least you'll sleep good. Are you using those when
you shoot too, or not?
I should.
Doesn't cross your mind though.
Not yet.
What?
Not yet, but yeah, I should. I'm actually looking for something. I want the noise canceling ones that you can just kind of wear more casually. My wife got me some. They're called ISO tunes, but they're just earplugs that you can Bluetooth through. So I want some noise canceling that you can still hear, and then once it reaches a certain decibel, it blocks it. Here's probably my number one seller. These are, apparently they're hard to come by right now too. These are just hip boots. So your wader boot would go over these, or, you know, I've seen people wear tennis shoes or, you know, kind of whatever boot they like, but fishing companies make a bunch of wader boots that go over these neoprene booties. I like them because you can wear them down like knee-high boots, or you can pull them up for crossing a creek. If you get soaking wet, you can flip them inside out at night and dry them out.
Are you
real
wearing those
easy.
all the time?
I wear them all the time. Yep, wear them on every moose hunt, every bear hunt. You know, flip them out, put them under your sleeping bag, in your sleeping bag if you want, dry them out, warm them up. So those are, a lot of guys like those. So I always end up piggybacking people over the creeks and rivers.
Yeah,
and
you're elected with the
Yeah.
as the guy with the waders.
They say, I'm not coming back without a set of those. And so the other nice part of, you know, you might wonder, like, why not just wear chest waders or waist high waders? Well, because we do get some hot weather once in a while, and it's nice to be able to roll them down to your knees and not have the clammy waders on. So hip boots.
Just roll on those. You're not thinking about crossing a creek. You're not thinking about crossing a swamp. You just pull them up and you're good to go.
Yep.
And pull them back down again.
Yeah, and then I go get across and I look back and guys are standing there with their
Trying to
hiking
pick out a
boots on,
rock
like,
or-
what do
Yeah.
I do? And I say, get on my back. This is just a fleece sleeping bag liner. Started doing this last couple of years. Kind of like it. I sleep kind of cold, so it's nice to add a little something to the sleeping bag, and it's easier to wash this than your sleeping bag. Kind of keeps your sleeping bag a little cleaner and fresher, and adds a little warmth. You can take it out if you're sleeping too warm. So that's kind of nice. Just fleece, cheapo.
That's cool. I haven't seen that one before with the fleet. I know a lot of like the high end sleeping bag companies now will do like they'll do the mummy bag inside of like a square bag.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. I haven't seen
Yeah.
just doing a
Yeah, you
fleece
can get
blanket
like
in the-
I've seen silk ones. It kind of
Yeah.
bunched up way too much and didn't seem to do much for me. But yeah, I like those. I wear a lot of clothes sometimes too. Get in there and dry it out.
Yeah.
Synthetic bag.
So you'll get in the sleeping bag with your wet clothes, zipper up, and
Wake
see
up dry.
it. Wake up.
Yeah.
Hopefully dry.
Yeah. Drier than you went to bed.
Awesome.
So last item, my knife care kit. Got a little diamond sharpener, which might not be too special, but I do a fair amount of woodworking, and this is just a leather strap. So to me, I use this a lot. It just like puts your final polish on your knife. It's something you don't see many guys do, but a lot of time, you know, you don't even have to sharpen. You just hone it with the leather strap, and that's enough to.
So you're not using a
put an edge.
replaceable blade.
No,
You're using
nope. I
just
did
like
for a while, but I kind of
you
like.
the fixed
I was
blade?
carrying that and a fixed blade because
Right.
like you never know what's gonna happen with just those cheap replaceable blade ones, and you know I was carrying a bigger one for cutting through the joints and stuff anyways. So it's like I got one knife now, nicer sharpening
Way to
kit.
take
and-
care of it.
Yeah, take care of it, and so that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.